Whoa. What's this all about? Sonic 3? Didn't we already do Sonic 3? Well, not on YouTube. Remember to follow if you're on YouTube, follow it on twitch.tv/Bep517 and let's just have a good time. Which one are we gonna do? What's gonna happen? Who knows? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try not to sing as much. Let's do a new file with... Oh, shit. Regular old Sonic. This is my favorite Sonic game, so I'm gonna have a good time, and I know I'm gonna have a good time. Whee! And of course, we're going for it. No emeralds or no perfects. We're just trying to get in and out of these as quickly as possible. See, the problem is that when I did this last time, it was a bit of a disjointed stream. I played through Sonic 3 and then did Gmod for like 3 hours. And then went back and did the rest, the Sonic and Knuckles part of the game. So it was kind of difficult to keep track of. I went from Sega Genesis to playing horror maps and then back to Sega Genesis. So we're not going to get a lot because we didn't get the perfect, but I'm not trying to get the perfects or anything. Shout out to the drop dash for fixing my life. But that's okay. All right, we're going. Wee. We're having a good time. We're having a fun time. Can you really go wrong? Probably not. It is an interesting outlier just because of how much is different compared to the first two. And I'm speaking mostly about sprites. Sonic looks unlike any other sprite for Sonic. Now this is just my opinion, but he looks distinctly American. He looks a lot like the Greg Martin illustrations for the US. And of course, there's stuff like the music being different because this was not composed by Mr. Masato Nakamura. This was done by a couple people. You may know Jun Seno. This was his first major contribution to the Sonic series. But of course, I mean, elephant in the room. I mean, you can't talk about the music in Sonic 3 without talking about Mr. Moonwalker himself. Michael Jackson, I mean... How much did he do? What did he do, if anything? Who knows? I mean, some people swear vehemently that he was scraped. There was nothing left that was, you know, his doing. And others say that he contributed very little. I mean, you've got what Roger Hector said. He's like, the allegations came out, we scraped it, we had to redo it, it wasn't a good thing. And then you have, you know, the recollection of people like Brad Buxer, who is just like, yes, this is a thing, these are tracks that we composed either for or with Michael Jackson. And I don't want to pick sides, but I think it's very telling that Sonic Origins had to completely remove certain pieces of music from Sonic 3. I don't think we're ever going to get like a 100% honest answer from anybody of what happened, but considering what we know with the prototype that came out a few years back, my guess is that Michael Jackson was probably distancing himself, letting his team work on the game because he wasn't happy with how the sound chip sounded, like they said. And then when the allegations came out, then I think the plan shifted to get rid of anything he did entirely, scrub him. And that's where you get the prototype tracks, which of course later became part of the Sonic and Knuckles collection on PC. However, they were just in the prototype. And if I were to facet a guess to why they didn't make the final game, I have two ideas. Neither are very good for Sega's reputation. Either they weren't moving along enough, they weren't in a state where they felt like they could put it in the final game, so they just threw their hands in the air and went for Michael Jackson's tracks, or, you know, his team's, the Michael Jackson people's tracks. Either that, or Sega could have just been pretty hands-off with the whole thing and said, Sonic team, we need you to scrub these tracks, and those tracks weren't moving along at the rate that they wanted to. Because, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that the prototype tracks for those zones were, like, anything to write home about. I thought they were alright, but they were not in a very good state. Definitely not in the same state that the final music tracks were. So it's possible that they just said that they did, that they scrubbed it and just said, here you go. I mean, the fact of the matter is, it's no longer about reputation, because that was the catalyst for getting rid of the tracks initially, was to save their reputations because of all the things that happened. Now it's not, we need to get rid of these because we're going to look bad. It's, we need to get rid of these because we haven't been paying the people who made these, because we've been claiming or wrongfully thought that these tracks were gone. It's an interesting story. I mean, all the things that I just said are completely made up in my mind just looking at what we have presented to us. With the advent of the internet, it becomes very clear that it seems like a lot of the people who worked on the soundtrack for Sonic 3 weren't video game players. It didn't seem like, which is why I don't think it became too much of an issue during the .com bubble. They just weren't aware. And then things were, you know, brought to their attention and they're like, hey, you said this, but this didn't happen the way that you said it did. You know, I think it was inevitable that people weren't going to be too receptive of how things were handled for Sonic Origins. Because, by and large, there's no, like, one thing that's inherently, like, wrong about the game. Like, you could say, oh, the music, but, I don't know, I'm not going to, hold the game to a low standard because my precious, Carnival Night Zone music was changed. How dare they? But it really is like a death of it by 1,000 paper cuts kind of situation where there's just a lot of little things that aren't great. The emulation is pretty spotty. There's some things that just don't work the way they're supposed to. And that's unfortunate, but, well, I mean, what are you gonna do? I think the fact that the game turned out the way it did at all is, in some ways, a miracle. I do find it fascinating, the whole splitting the game up thing. Just the fact that old Ronald McDonald is the reason why Sonic and Knuckles exists. And it is an interesting way that they went about doing so. If only for the fact that it was like DLC. DLC before DLC. It was interesting. It was a really nice thing. So now we're just closing. Good. Very nice. I mean, I'm never not gonna enjoy this, you know. Just a good game throughout. There we go. I think the only game in the Sonic series that really gets at this design philosophy of just no matter what you do, there's always going to be something for you. I think the only one that really comes close to this philosophy is Sonic Mania. Because that's something that it gets better over the classic series, is that there seems to be a tendency to punish players for not playing a certain way. Because maybe I want to go somewhere else. Maybe I want to go... Maybe I don't want to ascend. Maybe I want to descend. I want to see what's down here. Well, oh, it's a bottomless pit. But what if there were something down there? You know? All right. We are... looking around, seeing if we can find the other 4, just like that. Now, let's see. Okay, we're nearly there. 4. Well, there's the 4. Good. So that is all 7. Good. Let's see. Okay. I can try not to abuse my new position of power right away. Not gonna do it. I'm fine, just letting things work out. I don't need it. I don't need the power. I am weak. See, normal guy. That's kind of mean. Eggman. See, I don't need any of that. I got my invincibility. Look at that. Extra life. Didn't need any help with that. Good stuff. This is good. If we try hard enough, we can get another life. There we go. That's good. We are finished with that. That's good. Uh-oh. Beep. Pretty... pretty good. We are, we're getting through pretty nicely. There has not been much to worry about. Let's get a shield. Ooh, a big ring. I don't know. I think I would have preferred a big shield. There we go. That's nice too. Job security. I'm definitely not keen on screaming this time. I don't think I have it in me. Nor do I think I will need to. I've been playing this game for as long as I can remember. So I know my way around these parts. That's 2. Now, in this part of the level, there is a checkpoint up here that I usually take it to the bonus stage, perhaps the doyless stage if you're keen. But I think I have enough to just go for it. And just like that, we only need one more hit, and then we're good. Very bouncy, very joyous, very lively. I like the aesthetics of this level a lot. It's up to you whether or not you like getting bounced around so much. I know not everyone is keen on barrels either. Jam. Of course, this is this is the big turning point. This is where the team comes in. The Jackson squad. You can tell by the sample from Jam. Off the Michael Jackson album, Dangerous. I mean, if you can see how... See, I'm able to get by, and I'm kind of dumb. But we're good. I should make it clear that we're running the super special version, where after this level we are going to Flying Battery Zone. So, you know, if that's something you're not used to, then I'm happy to show you what it's like, you know. It's scary. Unfortunately, they can't get to me that easy. Pop, pop, poppin' popcorn. Pop, pop, beep, beep. Anything of value for me? I have my doubts. Boop. Oh, no. We haven't even got to that part yet, though. That was not that part. And it's not the barrel either. This is the part. Good, we got that, so that helps us, but, you know, just gotta crush some blocks. Just got to make our way over to this. Still got a little bit of water. Now the lights are out, everything's kind of dour. Ba 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 da 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 da. But there should be a silver lining soon. We've got some things, some extra lives. And right around here, we're back. We're back in business. See, pretty easy. I don't need it. I never did. Now we are changing things up. I said we were. I rarely go this route. I thought I'd try something new this time. It's gonna be exciting. I've rarely ever played this one legitimately. Just kind of stand here. It's not that hard though. Just gotta move out of the way. That's good. That's good for me. This is good. I like this a lot. I flinched. You can't flinch. Can't flinch. Cannot flinch. Just like that. Let's do a little bit of that. Just to see what happens, you know? Pretty good. 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 That's nice. Just, gonna do that. We've reached the surface. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Alright, that's good. Less commentary there, I'm sorry. Just trying to make sure I'm focused. We're good. I'm gonna stay hopeful that that this is not going to need editing. This whole live stream. I like to have my archive up on the YouTube channel, just in case there's ever anything funny that I do or say that I would want to keep out there, just for my own well-being. Stuff like the Sonic Adventure 2 the big celebration that I did. There's a clip from my initial Sonic 3 playthrough that's clipped on my Twitch channel, where I discuss a little bit about Cool Cat and those movies. That's pretty much the only remnant there is of the first Sonic 3 stream that I did. Well, not the first Sonic 3 stream I ever did, because way back when, before I was in front of the camera, I did a live stream. I think it lasted like over 4 hours, where I, in a row, just me, myself, and I, no tricks. I wasn't talking or anything. I didn't have a face cam. I was just kind of there. It was just the gameplay, and I was doing 1, 2, CD, and 3, all in a row. That one's out in the ether forever. It's shoot. Oh no. I think I'm not like stoked that one's gone, honestly, because that was like, you know, an accomplishment. Might not be everyone's definition of an accomplishment, but I sure as hell was happy that I did it. So and this was pre-Origins, I think. So it was, you know, the stuff that we have that we usually used to play that isn't Origins, like, you know, 3 Air and 2 Absolute and 1 Forever, and CD with the restored mod. So there was, you know, better graphical fidelity for a Sega CD game, which I know is huge. There's Knuckles. There he is. Doo-doo. Doyless. What am I hoping for? I don't know, I'd like some rings. That's what I want. Good. Cool. Happy for that. All right. There is no big arms fight. I do not have that enabled. Sorry. Anything? Okay. Haha. Bit of that, a little bit of this. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, head down to the comments section and tell me what to play next, because I don't know. This is necessary. Necessary. Let's go gambling. All right. I feel better now. I hate to go into the boss portion right at 50 because I know I'm gonna run out by the time I even like step foot here. Thankfully, that's all taken care of. Now we are watching the Death Egg fall. Now this is the big question is, are we going to experience graphical errors? Yes, we are. It should all, it should fix itself by, the time we exit this special stage. Good. Now we should be good. No, we're not. We're good now. Feels to be good to be a gamer. Feels good to be a gamer. No rings, no perfects. Just the way we like it. I now realize that I just held up what some in the world consider to be a hate symbol. Shoutouts to whoever tried to get people offended over that hand signal, because it worked. It worked too well. Of course, the plan was to get people offended by an innocuous hand symbol by falsely attributing it to hate groups. And then those hate groups then, in turn, attributed it to their, you know, their stuff. So, you got your wish, I guess. I guess maybe it wasn't your wish. Definitely wasn't my wish. All right. I could get those perfects, but I choose not to. Okay, we're doing a little research. Okay, I mean, shouldn't be too much of a stretch to get to where we need to be. Nah, in fact, it's right here. Now this was the one that messed me up, so I can't let that happen. Not again. I'm already off to a bad start, but I think I can salvage this at least a little bit. research. Just seeing the plan. I used to have this all memorized. Okay. There we go. I made a bit of a mistake there. This one freaks me out for whatever reason. Just a lot happening. Good. Wow. Now looking at how they're getting to this part. Just kind of gotta now we're not down here. Yeah, we've been here long enough. Let's just end it. Good. I'm very inconsistent about when I collect the emeralds. See, the thing is that I enjoy getting the emeralds in this game, which is why I chose not to do it in stuff like Sonic Advance or Sonic 4. And that's the super emeralds right there. I think we spent maybe 30 minutes on Mushroom Hill alone. Which is funny to me that it took so long to do. But that's just how the super emeralds are. You can do them all in that one stage. God, I am so happy that Sonic Shorts is back. You know, there was Sonic Seconds, but that wasn't the same. What could be awaiting me? Is it a rock golem? Oh no. Now I want to know what was over there. Please, I just want to know. You can't just dangle your car keys in front of me and expect me to just sit idly by. Ooh. got this. Give me the juice. You're traveling through this labyrinth with these ghosts, and it's definitely not one of the more fondly remembered parts of this game. But you know, the boss is alright. Yeah, I was not expecting that. Good. I think we're doing a good job. I have a lot going through my head right now. Maybe I should lay it all out here. Here's the deal. Power Rangers is over. It's just done. R.I.P. to Power Rangers. It's and I've been mulling this over a lot, and I think that there's no doubt in my mind that if I were somehow involved in Power Rangers, I would want to do a slightly more mature. Now, I'm not talking like a Power / Rangers or even a 2017 Power Rangers. Like, I'm talking like a Power Rangers Once and Always, or maybe more appropriately an Akiba Ranger style thing with Dawn Brothers, because I think that Dawn Brothers actually has a lot of potential as a Power Ranger season, because I think if you go for something that's more of a supplemental kind of feeling, where this is not like the next step or anything, like this is in no way like trying to dictate the trajectory of the show, but rather just like a comedy that's done for fun, to poke fun at some of the aspects of Power Rangers. Like, I think that would be great. So I've been mulling over like what I would do, and I think first and foremost, a lot of people say that you can't do Dawn Brothers. It's too rooted in Japanese folklore. Americans don't know the story of Momotaro. It's not gonna work. But I raise you this. In what capacity did The Legend of Momotaro have to do with Dawn Brothers? Now, I rewatched it. Well, I didn't rewatch it. I watched it pretty recently, so I can tell you that they only really mention The Legend of Momotaro like once. And it's only to it's only to say that they're not following the Legend of Momotaro. What I think they would need, what I would lead into, they as if the show's gonna come back because I'm talking about this. What I would lean into is the aspect of Dawn Brothers that is just the dysfunction of it all. I think the conceit really needs to be these people should not be superheroes. So in that regard, I would say having the Pink Ranger as an office worker in his late 30s and the Black Ranger as a wanted criminal are too good not to they're too good to change. Those are really good the way they are. I'm still not sure what I would do with the Blue Ranger, because I really don't think a deadbeat poet who doesn't believe in the concept of money is... Oh, dang. I don't think it's the best fit for a Power Ranger adaptation. I think... like, I wouldn't do a hippie or anything, because I think... I don't know how to write hippies that isn't just, like, really stereotypical. And I want the idea to be that these are not heroic individuals. To an extent. Because, I think Yellow is almost there. Because in Sentai, she is like a high school student who writes manga, gets accused of plagiarism. I don't know if I would keep the aspect of becoming the Dawn Brothers brings bad luck. I would instead let the team themselves and their own incompetence lead to their own misfortune. Which leads me to what I would do with Yellow that's slightly different. I would kind of... I wouldn't want to lean into the manga thing. Especially because, I mean... if you're looking at a Power Rangers adaptation, you really just need to adapt the fight scenes. So you need to work with all that. So I think first and foremost, there are things to cut, and I do not think Kaito would fit into a Dawn Brothers adaptation. I think his inclusion is an oddity for sure. And to this day, we don't really know what that was all about. So I would say that it's not really necessary to have him. And I don't think you lose too much because him turning into Zenkaiser didn't happen too many times. The one that I'm on the fence about is Murasame. Because Murasame is much more prevalent in sort of the iconography of it all. Like, when you see the whole Dawn Brothers team, you got the 6, you got the Noto, and then you've got Murasame. And I think it would be hard to exclude him. But I would want to do it like the way Power Rangers had been for the longest time. Which is doing just a clean 20 episodes, you know? And some fans say it's not enough, you need more, but the plan should not be to adapt every single episode of Sentai. If you want to watch Sentai, you want to watch Dawn Brothers, you can watch Dawn Brothers. No one's stopping you. So then I gotta think. I think you can't not have the Noto, but you know, the lore surrounding them, I mean, I don't know if I would have it be the exact same. I think it makes sense to have them be aliens. And I don't know if I would rather have them be, like, mistaken or otherwise just differing in their beliefs in how to deal with the threat that faces them, or more of you know, an adversarial sort of like, you're not doing this the right way, you gotta do it this way, and that's where the tension comes. So I don't even know if I talked about what I would do with Yellow. So I wouldn't lean into the manga thing, but I would absolutely make Yellow a kid. Because we've had Kid Rangers once before, and the fan reception was not great. But I think a lot of the backlash when it came to Justin from Turbo is that he seemed to be a little too perfect. And, you know, people say he was like a Mary Sue kind of thing, or a Gary Stu, but I think it's more of, they wrote him to be, like, the smartest person in the room, and, casually outdoing an entire team of Rangers who, at that point, some of them had been in the line of duty for 5 years. Half a decade, so they really tried to shove them down your throats. So the way that I would handle it is, one, because this is an entirely new team, there's no expectation that I need to sell people on this character. So I'm not, so I wouldn't make so much of the focus be on this kid character, because I want like the audience to perceive that this character has value. But also, judging by the Sentai footage, I think it would be very easy to write it in a way that has this kid character be incompetent. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying outright kids are dumb. They are, but I'm not going to say that outright. But the whole team is incompetent, and that's the whole point. So I think having the kid character not be a perfect little person, actually like have faults, and make sure that they're not like the person to look out for. I think that would fix that problem, because Sentai has done kid characters as rangers, and it has never been so detested. I don't think, at least. I don't know for certain, because I have not seen Die Ranger, but I did see Q Ranger, and Kotaro was one of my favorites, so So I just really don't know what I would do with the Blue Ranger, honestly. I don't think poetry or haikus or whatever is the right angle to go. And I really don't know what the right angle is to go with. It could be something like, because Blue is sort of the know-it-all. Sort of. I wouldn't go so far to say he's the smart one, but he definitely thinks that he's, like, enlightened. So I'm trying to think of how he's portrayed in the fight scenes. Because he's definitely just like, huh, what is the world around me? I don't know. So I'm trying to think about that. And that's why, like, my first thought was hippie. But I also want to make this, like, relatable. And I just don't think hippie is too far from Power Ranger. cause we get environmental messages. We get a lot of stop the violence. I just don't think this screams this person should not be a superhero. I mean, but of course, I could do something like the awkward nerd type who's too scrawny, doesn't fit the mold, but I mean, come on, Billy, season 1, it's not like impossible. You know, hasn't happened like an older Ranger. It happened briefly in Dino Charge, but he gave up his powers. And that would be fun. It would be a shake up to the formula. Another thing I probably wouldn't take from Dawn Brothers is the love triangle. Because one, it's not really a triangle, it's more of like a pentagon, or rather like maybe a hexagon, but 3 of the points are like the same person but also not. I didn't think the romantic aspect was terrible, and I may even, I would consider keeping the sort of romance between Inu brother and Sononi. Inazaka, it's one of those, but I don't remember which one. His first name is Tsubasa. I know that. I think you have to keep the apathy, because, I mean, in Dawn Brothers, there's just no footage of anyone sending out these monsters. So I think you gotta keep the apathy where they're just like, yeah, we don't know who's sending out these monsters. We don't know where they're coming from. We thought it was these people, but it's not. It's just random. And then they're just like, well, so we're not working to stop anything. Then what are we doing? It's like, well, I mean, they're doing bad shit. Of course we gotta stop them. It's just that, you know, we're just kind of doing it because we should, you know. And that's kind of the conceit of the fight, is that it's completely arbitrary. They're just doing it because. you know, there's just like, shouldn't we be fighting to keep any of this from happening ever again? And it's like, I mean, that'd be nice, but I mean, we don't know what's causing this, and there doesn't seem to be a good solution, so I think we just gotta keep fighting it when it happens. It's like, well, then we're just police, and it's just like, yeah, kind of. Although the police do fight to keep things from happening again, you know, one bullet at a time. Suspect unfortunately committed suicide by 2 gunshots to the back of the head. We try to be positive here. Doesn't always work out. So I think I've thought about the Noto's role. I think it would be interesting to have them, because they seem to be established from the jump, whereas the Dawn Brothers kind of come together very slowly. So it would be interesting to have them be the Power Rangers, at least at the beginning, and then the actual Power Rangers show up, and there's like some contention with that. Not really like we're the real Power Rangers, but more so like hey, these are just normal people. We should reform them. And they're just like, these are harmful to our society. They must be destroyed. That's where the conflict comes from. I think having them as aliens makes sense. They're not really aliens in Dawn Brothers, not exactly. But you know, they exist on a higher level of being than the rest of the world. So in a sense, you could... They're not, like, human, that's for sure. But I also wouldn't have them just be like, oh, they're not human, so they don't understand how the world works either. The thing is that the Noto don't understand humanity, but they rely on humanity to exist. And I'm trying to think of how I would take their whole thing. Because I do like their sort of desires to learn more about humans. You know, Sononi's whole I want to learn to love, and like, you know, that's very nice. And that's where I come to the Sonoi Taro dynamic, because I would do it in such a way that the whole thing about the Red Ranger is, I would not say like he is an alien, because Taro's kind of an alien, but I would have it so that there is some sort of destiny forged somewhere that has the Red Ranger of my hypothetical Dawn Brothers adaptation season be the chosen one. And I would let that get to his head tenfold. I would basically make it sort of like a Jaden situation where this guy does not like his team at all. And he's like, I'm the chosen one, and I'm given these clowns. This is my destiny to become the Red Ranger and save the world. And I'm given a kid, a stockbroker, I haven't decided yet, and an actual criminal. So then Sonoi, I'm just gonna call them by their names because I don't know what to call them otherwise. So Sonoi's whole thing would be that he's trying to learn why humans do good things. And that's where like the sort of aspect with I guess I'll just call the other guys by their real names too. That's where Taro's thing would come in, because his version is not inaccurate. Because his thing is, I do good things because I was told to. And, you know, his justification is kind of weak. His whole thing is like, I am the chosen one, therefore I need to be the hero. And I think they would both need to learn more about humility. And that someone can tell you to do good things. That's fine. People should tell you to do good things. But there is more than that for a reason to do good things. Sona's confuses me on where I would go with that idea. Because I wouldn't do the manga stuff. Because I think that might be a step too far. I don't think I would do kidnapping, especially if I'm making Yellow a lot younger. Yeah, I just don't know. But, you know, I will eventually. I'm trying to wrap up all I want to say about Dawn Brothers because we're done. And there you go. There's Sonic 3. All done. I hope you liked that. It's such a great game. It's such a good game. God dang. Well, if you're watching this and you like my ramblings about all things Dawn Brothers for some reason, thank you. And you know, I'll see you soon. Not tomorrow, unfortunately. I wish. I really wish. But yeah. What can I say? Except, remember, love Sonic. Sonic loves you. Sonic loves you a lot. But sometimes he shows it in really weird ways, like with Sonic Heroes. And yeah, I mean, hope to see you soon. I'll be back in a little bit. And, you know, enjoy yourself. And goodbye for now.